Hi everyone, welcome to Ajiro Tech. So in this video, we're going to be looking at the part 4 of it, which is the types of computer. We were talking about the types of component of the computer system. Now, there are various types of computer system in existence. Okay, and the first one is the desktop computers right here, which is actually a popular computer. Because I want to believe everyone has seen a desktop computer. Right, so it's usually referred to as what we call a general computer, and that is made up of several components. Like we have the monitor, we have the keyboard, we have the mouse, we have the system unit, what we call the processor, which is embedded in the motherboard. A laptop computer, in fact, is made up of a numbers of separate components, which makes them not very portable. Right, so this computers is not very portable because they're made up of several components, so it means that it's not easily moved around. You can't just move them around, the desktop computers. Now if you look at the laptop, you look at the desktop, they're all used for similar purposes, right? And we can make a comparison out of them. Okay, let's see, between the laptop and between the desktop. Okay, you can see for the advantages of a desktop over a laptop. Let's look at it. The spare parts and connection tend to be standardized. Now, talking about the spare parts, for the desktop computers, it's easier to just replace any damaged parts or to upgrade it, unlike the laptop that is embedded in it. So it's easier for the desktop. Well, desktop computers are easier and they're less expensive to upgrade, expand. Desktop tend to have a better specification. For example, you could decide to make a faster processor, okay, for a given price. But your laptop comes with embedded, right? So it's not everything you can change on the laptop. Power consumption is not critical because they usually plug straight to a wall socket. And the larger casing allows for a better dissipation of any heat buildup. Okay, another advantage is they are fixed in one location, so there's that less likelihood of them being damaged or stolen. Okay. Internet access can be more stable because the desktop is more likely to be a wired internet connection. Okay, disadvantages could be they're not very portable, which is the most obvious, right? Because they're made up of separate components. So that is straight up from you don't need to think too much to get that. They tend to be more complicated because all components need to be hooked up to be they are hooked up because they are all connected by wires. And apart from the fact that we do have wireless, they cluster up the desk space, unlike a laptop. You have your monitor here, you have your keyboard here, you have your mouse here, you have your system unit there. Because they're not very particularly portable, it is necessary to copy files on, for example, a memory stick when you want to do some work elsewhere. So it's not portable. So you just use a memory stick, copy the files, and then we take it to someone else's computer to work. Okay, let's look at the main uses of the desktop computers. Be used for office and business work, educational use, gaming, entertainment. Whatever you use a laptop for, you can use it for the desktop. Okay. Mobile computers. Okay. Mobile computers, by their very name, suggest a group of computers which are considerably more portable than desktop computers. So any computer that is portable, it is known as what we call a mobile computers. We have our laptops, we have our smartphones, we have a tablet, we have a phablet. For the laptop or notebooks, the recent ones are called notebooks. There are types of computers where the monitor, the keyboard, the pointer device, and the processor are all together in one single unit, which makes it extremely portable. Key feature you would expect to find in a laptop: lightweight, low power consumption, low heat output. Okay. So what are the advantages of laptop when compared to desktop? The most obvious is the portability. It can be taken anywhere because all the units are all in a single unit. Because everything is a single unit, there is no trailing wires. Okay, because only one single cord is used, right? Which is your charging, obviously. They're made up of, they take up less room on a desk, so they can be used anywhere. In a cafe, yeah, in any shop, right? Their portability allow them to take full advantage of the Wi-Fi features because they can access any Wi-Fi anywhere. Because they are portable, they can link it to any multimedia system. Get it for your projector, and so many things. Okay, there's always a saying for every advantage there can be a disadvantage. There's always a disadvantage hanging around. And no matter how good a thing is, there's still some things there's still some downsides. We just have to look at it. So let's do that real quick. Because they're portable, they can be easier to steal. I guess, okay, I know that seems to be very, very, okay, too extreme, but yeah, it is what it is, right? Because if it's portable enough, somebody can just put it inside his bag and go with it, right? They have limited battery life, so the user may need to carry a heavy power adapter. Okay, so that is another disadvantage. The battery life is so limited. So you need to have that adapter just to. So the keyboard and pointing device can sometimes be more awkward to use because everything is just together. Especially if you're the type that's using, you're more comfortable with the desktop, you might find it a little bit awkward to use because you're having everything in one place. And that's why today some people prefer using the mouse even when they have a touchpad. Makes sense, right? Okay, I know you guys were like saying how this is disadvantage, but now I'm able to just put it in one place to you and then, okay, fine, it makes sense. That's fine. It's not always possible to upgrade them. For instance, by adding more RAM, it's not always possible to do that, and that is a disadvantage. The same use you use, like I said, the same use for your desktop is the same use for your laptop. Office work, educational use, general gaming, streaming, a lot of things, right? Monitoring, you can use it to monitor, you can use it for controls as much as possible. Smartphones, right? On the top of the shelf, smartphones. I think this is one of the things that is really trailing a smartphone, right? Everybody has a smartphone, whether you having it, hanging it around with it, using it, you're not using it. I don't use my phone too often. I'm more comfortable with my laptop. I don't have it. I don't the flexibility of using my phone is I'm more comfortable with the laptop because everything I'm working is right here on the laptop. Maybe I use my phone if I'm going out. Okay. Okay, so yeah. Pray for me, right? So okay. So smartphones allow normal phone calls to be made, right? And also have what we call an operating system, such as like an iOS, which is for the iPhone. Operating system, we have Android or Windows. Your Windows are for Nokia, your Androids are for your Technos and etc. etc. So it allows them to run in numbers of computer applications, and those applications are known as apps, what you call your applets. Okay, so you have them as your apps. You have, and you can get them from your Google Play Store, or you can get them from your App Store, or you could get them from your Microsoft Store. Okay, if you're using the Windows, it's Microsoft Store. If you're using iOS, it's an App Store. If you're using Android, it's Play Store. They allow users to be able to send and receive emails, use a numbers of apps, use the camera features, with the like taking pictures, the picture, picture freaks, right? Taking pictures and videos for occasions you want to go anywhere, just to bring up memories, um, and so on, right? Smartphone communicates with the internet either by using a Wi-Fi hotspot. If you're using that is if your phone is 3G. 3G means third generation. If you're wondering what is 3G, I've been hearing 3G, I've been hearing 4G, I've been hearing 5G. It means third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation of mobile network. Right? So, I know. Now you know. Okay, some of the physical features of smartphones include high definitions, anti-glare display, front and back-facing cameras. Now, all this, like, I don't need to talk more on this. Like, it makes sense. Like, as I'm talking about them, you can actually picture them because you have a smartphone right there with you. It can also act as a webcam during video calls over the internet. It's lower weight and longer battery life than the laptop. It uses Bluetooth for connections to printers and other devices. And this is literally true. When we come to the input and output, um, probably I think I have it here. The HP printer. Yeah, so it's called HP Smart, right? It's called the HP Smart. And this with this, you can actually connect it with your printer wirelessly, and whatever information you have here, you can actually print it out to your printer, right? So it's called an HP Smart, and you can get it from right here. You can see printables, you can see print documents, and you could add your first printer right here. You could click here, add your first printer. Okay, so probably I'll send you a description on the link of this video if you need it, or you just put up a comment, and probably I can just you could go to the App Store, you go to the Play Store, Microsoft Store. It's called the HP Smart. You're gonna love it, especially if you're using a Wi-Fi printer. It makes a whole lot of sense. Trust me, you enjoy it. Okay, okay, so it is the use of the flash, talked about solid state memory and cloud storage as well. These are numbers of sensors to carry the following functions: proximity sensor to detect if the device is close. For example, the ears, which allows you to block unintended touches. So it uses what we call that sensor, proximity sensor. So if you're making a call, for example, and you put it very close, you see that it goes off, right? It goes off. Okay. Um, yep, the accelerator meter detects movement or rotation of the device. You can actually activate this as well. Um, to display in infantry, to view videos, allow you to be more like a stairway in racing cars. So yeah. Speech recognition, you can talk to like, hey Siri, and it comes up right here, right, to enable the user to ask the device to look for things. Okay. For Android users, I think is hey Google Assistant. Not, I'm not really sure, but I think it should be okay. And I think for Windows is Cortana, right? I think they're still using that for as well. Okay.
I don't understand.
No,
I think.
I was.
But I can search the web for it.
No, thank you, thank you. All right, so that's it. Okay, so now the new generation of smartphones are becoming even tinier and lighter because they make use of what we call the OLED, that is organic light emitting diode. Yeah, touchscreens. All right, and then again, future smartphones will use OLED touchscreens coated with that crystal. We have seen this, right? This allows them to use what we call the Li-Fi, which is similar to the Wi-Fi. I said that it is what we call a light rather than the radio wave. Okay, okay, and yeah, they can be used during aeroplane flights because it does not use the radio wave, so it does not interfere with flight control system. That's another thing that is working. So new devices they make use of that Li-Fi, right? Okay, which is the light instead of radio wave. Okay, advantage of smartphones, they're very similar. They're very small in size and lightweight. Okay, you can use them to make phone calls, and you can also connect to the internet while you're on the move. Because they use Wi-Fi and mobile phone network, they can be used almost anywhere. Okay, okay, they have apps which can use sensor data provided by the smartphone, like maps, etc. Right? So whatever you're going, you can just go on your app, on your map, right? And if you click on it, it just gives you. It's called Maps. That is the Apple Maps, and it can just search for what you're looking for, and gives you an estimation of that destination. Okay. For Android users, you get it what we call the Google Map, right? Yeah. They have a reasonable battery life compared to laptop. Disadvantages. Small screens, okay, and keyboard makes it difficult to read. People don't find it easy typing with a mobile device, a smartphone, really. Okay, so it is more difficult and slower when typing things. Okay, unlike laptops and desktops that have a much bigger screen and much larger keyboards. Web browsing and photography can quickly drain the battery. If you're browsing, if you're doing photography, those two things they consume batteries. So if you didn't know that, now you do, right? Memory sticks in most mobile phones is not very large when compared to laptop. So they use what we call a pen drive. You could sat in your pen drive here where you actually charge your phone. Like we have the memory stick, the USB drive, right? What you call your flash drive, right? And there's also a pen drive to it. So you could actually stick it here and then transfer your files and then you can send it to laptop, right? Um, Not all website features are compatible with smartphone operating system. So there's a need to use a system to just a desktop, literally, or a laptop to just have access to some certain features. Okay, because of their small size, it's more easy to use a smartphone. It can be stolen compared to laptops, easily stolen. We've had cases of people stealing phones, crazy, but it's true. Data transfer rate using mobile phone network can be slower than with Wi-Fi. So this makes streaming of videos and music, right, less than satisfactory at time because of the data transfer rate for using mobile devices. Now tablets, tabs, right? Now I know most of you have tabs, and so you can actually relate to this one. So, okay, I used to have a tab. I think I had the Microsoft Pro 6, but I'm not the type to have so many gadgets around. Okay, so I had to just let that one go when I got a laptop. So I can't be having a laptop and a tablet and a smartphone. Oh, come on. I might as well just have something else, right? A desktop. Okay, okay. All right. So tablets are becoming an increasing use type of mobile computers, right? They're very similar to the smartphones. They use touchscreen technologies. They don't have a conventional keyboard. Okay, you just have to buy it. You have to buy it, right? And of course, the keyboards are usually more virtual. Okay, and they're activated by just simply touching them with a finger or a stylus. You can buy them which contain a normal size keyboard. Okay, so you could buy the tablet which a tablet casing. So it comes on its own, but you could buy a peripheral which is like a keyboard to just help you do that. They also use the 3G, 4G, and 5G as well. Hmm. Okay, so let's look at the advantages. Very fast to switch on, no time delay, wait for the system to load, fully portable, can use several apps as standard, no much heat, battery life of tablet lasts longer. When the power button is pressed, it goes into standby, but remains connected to the internet. Okay, so the users can still hear a lot when emails or other events are received. Disadvantages tend to be rather expensive when compared to laptops. Yeah, it's quite expensive. The Microsoft Surface Pro 6, depending on which one you get, is it Core i5 or Core i7, 256. I think that was about plus 280, 300, right? So, but yeah, you can actually use that to get a laptop. That's in Naira. If you're watching from your country, probably you can actually convert it to your country and see. Probably not quite expensive in your country, but yeah, cost, right? It's still quite expensive if you look at it, especially the latest tablets. Especially if you are using a tab, right? So it's quite expensive if you look at it. It's quite expensive. So they often have limited memories or storage when compared to a laptop. Although some of the latest have like 1 terabyte. Okay, now the latest ones, right? Um, it can be expensive to run. So talking about the networks, 3G, 4G, 5G, they're expensive to run. Typing on a touch screen can be slow and error prone content compared to a standard keyboard. Okay, transferring of files has to be done through what we call an application at all. That is drag and drop facilities, which can be quite irritating to users. There are disadvantages. So laptop tend to support more type of file formats, okay, than tablets. Hmm. And I think, okay, so let's talk about this, and then I think that will be all. Okay, let's talk about the phablets. Now, the phablets are more like your smartphones, right? And we're going to look at the difference between this and right here, right? We're going to look at the difference between. So let's talk about the phablets real quick. Some of the latest smartphones have been designed as hybrid between a tablet and a smartphone, which is referred to as what? A phablet. They have much larger screens than smartphones. Okay, but are smaller than what? A tablet. Okay, so let's look at it. This is a smartphone. The inch will tell you the difference. Okay, like your iPhone mini 13 is a smartphone. Your iPhone 13 Pro Max is a phablet. And then you have your iPad 2021. Now that is a tablet. Okay, so we use the inch to look at it. The inch is the difference. Now I know you guys did not know this by now, but now this is, trust me, this is going to be like second nature. So you just know if you're using a smartphone or if you're using a phablet. So if it's up to like 5.1 inch in size, then that's a smartphone. If it's between 5.1 and 7 inch, whether you're using an iPhone 12, an iPhone 12 Pro, or an iPhone 12 Pro Max, right, then that is a phablet. Then if it's over 7 inch in size, that is a tablet. I want that to sink in. Okay, so let's go. So like I said, it's similar. Now the uses of the smartphone, the tablet, and the phablet, right? They're used for entertainment, gaming, cameras, internet uses, global positioning system, telephone banking, internet access to social networking, instant messaging, office and business management, educational use. So many. Like literally, there are so many. Okay, there are so many when we talk about them. Okay, so thank you very much. And in our next video, um, we're going to talk about, just before I go, the voice over internet protocol allows you to be able to make calls over the internet. You know them, right? So what are those examples that we have? Give me three examples of the voice over internet protocol. I'm going to tell you one. Okay, so one is Google Drone. Yeah, Google Drone. Or what you call your Google Meet. Okay, let me give you another one. Spoiler alert. Okay, so you have Discord. Okay, so give me three. I'm waiting, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye bye.